This is a 2014 Vauxhall Vivaro short wheelbase van, and it's my short wheelbase van. But it's not a working van, it's a leisure vehicle for me. There's nothing on the side to say it's a leisure vehicle other than this sticker I put on the side, which is the usual when you see in a camper van. It's just a mountain range, and you can see a bit of a compass on top, but a bit of a strange compass, obviously made after the polar shift, because north is no longer north is now in a northwest position. Bit bizarre. Standard van comes in white van man white, straight out of the factory. The only difference on the side you can see is Halford's wheel trims to hide the normal steel wheels. Let's have a look on the other side. The other side is exactly the same, except that there's no cargo door on the side this time. You may notice, the eagle-eyed amongst you may notice that just underneath there's a small exhaust, and you're probably wondering what that is. Well, if you're a camping person, you know exactly what that is. It's a diesel heater I've had fitted under the front seat for camping out in the cold weather. There's not much else to see this side. If we come round to the back, you'll notice it's a tailgate, not barn doors. Now, normally these vans have barn doors which open out sideways. The reason for that is they're made to carry a pallet load of goods, and the only way to get a pallet in there that's weighs quite a lot, a ton maybe, is with a forklift. You can't do that with a tailgate because the tailgate gets in the way, so you need the barn doors that fold outwards. I wouldn't say they were rare tailgates, uncommon perhaps. But let's take a look on the inside. Just one cargo door on this one, just on the passenger side. There we go. As soon as we look at the inside there, on the first thing we see is a fridge. This is a compressor fridge. It's about 12.8 litres capacity. When I say it's a compressor fridge, it's not a cool box. A cool box will run permanently off 12 volts. It doesn't stop. But it only brings the temperature down to about 18 to 20 degrees below ambient temperature. So if you've got milk, cheese, butter in it, and it's 28 degrees out, it'll only bring it down to about 10 degrees. So that's no good for that sort of stuff, the dairies. This one's quite a bit of space inside. Remember, this type of van, it's not for weeks or months away, and you're not cooking meals, you're not cooking a king's banquet, you're basically cooking snacks. You just want to keep a few items in there, like I said, bit of bacon, cheese, that sort of stuff. That I can switch on, runs off 12 volt, works exactly like a fridge in a house. It'll drop down to 0. I set it at 3 degrees, so it'll drop down to 0, then it'll shut off. Then the inside will heat up to about 6 degrees eventually, and the motor will cut in again. Looking at this drawer underneath, we have, let me just get that lock out of the way, bit of cutlery in there. You can see some cutlery in there, knives, forks, spoons, usual thing, scissors. You never know who you're going to meet. There's another cupboard down here, which has got a gas bottle and a pipe in there. That's for Kadak double burner, which is in one of the cupboards under there, if I remember correctly. I haven't used it in some time. Another cupboard here for bits and pieces. You can see I would normally keep, well, there's a tin of ravioli and a tin of meatballs in there. I normally keep a few items in there, easy to heat up. Stepping further in, you can see there's a vent pipe there coming from the front of the seat. That comes from the diesel heater and blows the hot air back into the van. Crook lock on the floor. Table here, which folds up. I don't leave it folded up when I'm driving because it rattles. There's another drawer under here which has got cooking items in there, plates, frying pan, saucepan, usual culprits you'll find under there. Close that down. In here there's an actual cool box in there, which I don't usually use, but it's handy for keeping food items in there. Keeps drinks a bit cooler. Always handy, useful. 12 volt television. I put this in here myself, so if it looks a bit wonky, that's my fault. That runs off 12 volt battery, because at the bottom of this cupboard here there's 2 leisure batteries which charge up from when the engine's running. That control in the corner there, right down there, that's the diesel heater control. I've also got a remote control for that as well. Okay, stepping back a bit, you can see there's a bench seat going from the cupboard there right up to the back, and round L shape. That is long enough for me to sleep on under normal circumstances. If I want to turn it into a double, I can pull these slats out here and they will rest on top of that ledge there and form a double. There's a few cupboards under the seats. Under there's a tent which has got a bit of a flap which attaches onto the side of the van. It's not actually a drive-away awning, but it's not far off. Under the other side is a few other items: collapsible sink, collapsible strainer, and that double burner Kadak stove which I mentioned earlier. Right at the back there was another cupboard there, but I cut the cupboard out and slid a porta potty under there because it's always useful in the night. One thing to note is the van could use a damn good clean after the summer, which I haven't done yet. Scooching around a bit, a couple more cupboards. I say cupboards, cubby holes, the obligatory cactus that you have to have in a van. Down here, smoke alarm. It's not usually there. I put it there to stop it sliding about, but it's usually further up in the van. There's a remote control for the TV, kettle, sink. Pump for the tap runs off 12 volt. Everything's shut down at the moment. I've just turned everything off. Kitchen roll holder. I thought that was a good place to put it when I put it there, but then when I started actually using my one burner cooker, which isn't in here at the moment, I keep it under there on this anti-slip mat to stop it slipping out, and then when I want to use it I put it here. So you've got a live flame here and a kitchen roll hanging down here. Wasn't my best idea, but there we are. Been pretty good so far. Normal sink, as I said. We got a vent here which opens up vertical, in fact. That's nice in the summer. Also got there's a fly screen on there, so you can take have the fly screen open or closed, and for the night then, if you want the darkness, you can close that up as well. A number of lights up in the roof here. There's two there, there's two further back as well there. Let me open the tailgate and show you the tailgate. There we are, that's the open tailgate there. You'll notice there are, I don't know if you can see it because the sun is shining from behind me, there's ropes here. The guy that built the van, the inside of the van, put all the camping stuff in here, was a rock climber and he used to keep all his ropes and equipment on here. But I left these ropes in here because when I have a shower on a campsite, I put some pegs on there, I can just hang the towels on there to dry. This is always handy as an awning. I haven't got an awning on the side, but I can sit under here, get one of my chairs out, pull this across, and it'll shelter me from the sun or the rain. There's the chairs I keep. There's two chairs in there. Camping chairs, pull in and out. We got a cubby hole here. That's the back of the porta potty. There's bits and bobs, there's an awning, there's some spare gas bottles, chemicals for the toilet. All in all, it's a very dual purpose vehicle because it's small enough to be used as a car, and yet it's ideal for an overnighter or a weekender. So nothing else I can tell you. Oh yeah, one more thing. It averages about 39 to 40 to the gallon. 2 litre diesel turbo engine, 115 brake horsepower. That's all I got to tell you. Thanks for watching.